everyone. This is Lou Chipolla, again reporting for Nashua VFW Post 483, your local post in Nashua, New Hampshire. We have a historic day today. The Honor Our Pact Act was signed by the President into law. Now the waiting period starts. It goes to the VA for implementation. There's 150 pages of text in this bill. The VA has to read the 150 pages and come up with a set of rules how they're going to implement the law. However, the nice thing about this, it opens up coverage for thousands of veterans that have been exposed to toxic agents over the years. It goes back to the beginning of time. So if you were ever exposed to a toxic agent while on military duty and have side effects from that exposure, you can now apply for a disability claim with the VA. Now, the VFW has pushed this act through Congress. It took several years to get it through, but it finally got through and signed today into law. The VFW put out a message to us and gave us 5 points that we want to stress to people that were involved in the Camp Lejeune contaminated water. So if you were ever stationed at Camp Lejeune and were exposed to the contamination of the water and have side effects or ill effects from that, here are the 5 points you want to consider. I'm going to read them so we get it correct. Point 1, veterans who think they may qualify for a presumptive benefit under the PACT Act, or who may think they qualify for a Camp Lejeune lawsuit should call their accredited VA or VFW service officer first. Point 2, the PACT Act offers care and benefits to generations of veterans. But no one can tell you today exactly how the VA will interpret the 150 pages of legislation until VA publishes regulations in the coming months. This is why working with an accredited service officer who knows federal regulations is so important. Point 3, while the Camp Lejeune lawsuits stand to help scores of family members and contractors who were on Camp Lejeune, veterans who participate in the lawsuits may stand to forfeit other service-connected benefits from Camp Lejeune toxic exposure and other qualifying military service. So again there, the warning is you want to go through a service officer first before you join a lawsuit, because it can affect future benefits. While family members and contractors may wish to consult with an attorney on Camp Lejeune, veterans should seek out their free VA service-connected benefits first. Filing a VA claim for service-connected benefits with the VFW is always free, and the VFW's accredited service officers can be found at www.vfw.org/NVS. And you could talk to or find your local service officer. The VFW service officer is John Barrett. He's in Manchester at the Federal Building on Chestnut Street, the 5th floor. John is a qualified, accredited service officer. A few years ago, he was named Service Officer of the Year for the VFW nationwide. So he's very good, very conscientious, and will do a good job for you. So if you have any questions, please contact John. You can get John at 603-222-5780. He's in room 518 of the VA Regional Office, 275 Chestnut Street in Manchester. So John can help you file a claim. He will represent you with the VA and carry it through to the end. If you've already had a claim with the VA and were denied, you can also contact John and he'll review your denial, and maybe he can submit a claim to renew that denied claim and get you a benefit. He has done that for several people. So please do that. Contact John and he'll help you out. Now, a little bit about how the VFW works and helps veterans. The VFW, over the years, they've established an office in Washington, D.C. on Maryland Avenue, down the street from the Capitol. Our staff routinely goes up to Capitol Hill, meets with the Congress people, the senators, attends subcommittee meetings, brief subcommittee meetings in both houses, and they will influence legislation. The VFW, excuse me, also submits recommendations for the VA budget. So it's very important that the VFW gets supported. And the best way you can support the VFW is to join the VFW. If you're a veteran who served in a combat area, not necessarily directly in combat, but in the theater, you may qualify to join the VFW. You have to have the ribbon, the campaign ribbon that was authorized for that service. If you have a combat infantry badge, a combat action badge, expeditionary medal, that all qualifies. If you've ever served in Korea, up until this day, you qualify. Korean service is a qualifying factor because the Korean War actually never ended. It was only a ceasefire. So if you can join, we recommend you do so as soon as possible. It's very important because our numbers is what gives us our strength in Congress. We can influence legislation for veterans. That's the only thing we do is for veterans, veteran legislation. And we'll fight any legislation that we feel is detrimental to a veteran. So please, we're out there and we fight every day for the veteran. And we do not ask anything in return. We just like to see veterans that are eligible join our ranks. We ask nothing of you, just to be a member. And if you can do anything and participate with anything that we do, we appreciate that. But be a member is the bottom line. The VFW, like I said, has representatives in D.C. At our office, and they go up to the Hill and they testify before subcommittees on both the House and the Senate. And they tell the people that on these committees what the problems are that the veterans are facing and what should be done to correct it. We also submit along with the Paralyzed Veterans of America and the Disabled Veterans of America, a proposed budget for the VA. And this, when I say budget, what I'm talking about is things that the VA should be addressing and putting more emphasis in. So we're out there all the time and we are fighting for the veteran. Other services or organizations also are there. I don't want to discredit anybody. All the services have representatives that do this kind of work. The VFW, as I feel, is the lead organization for this action, along with the DAV and the Paralyzed Veterans of America. The three organizations work very closely together and to influence legislation and get new legislation passed and written and passed. So please support us. We ask that very sincerely. Now, back on here to a local area. Our post here in Nashua next month on the 23rd and 24th, we'll be doing a fundraiser food drive for the Nashua Food Pantry. It's on the 23rd and 24th of September. We'll be at the Market Basket on DW Highway in South Nashua from 9 to 3 each day. We'll be collecting donations and collecting food. We're looking to get donations rather than the food because the pantry in this way can buy what they need at the time they need it. When you take in donations, you can't say, well, you know, we don't want this. They don't want to tell you they don't want it because they got a lot of it already. They'll take it. But money is the best way to go. They can buy what they need when they need it. So we'll be there. If you'd like, you could, and you don't go down to Market Basket, donations can be sent to the VFW Post 483 on 8 Pearl Street, East Pearl Street, 8 East Pearl Street in Nashua, 03060. All donations should be made out to the Nashua VFW Post 483 and on the memo line, food pantry. And then we know where the money will go. And once all the collections are done, we will write a check to the pantry for whatever funds we collect. It'll be 100% turnover of all the money, and any food collected will be turned over following the food drive itself. So we look forward to a good turnout from Nashua. We've had good turnouts for our poppy drives and a lot of support out there, and we hope it continues. And we'll be looking forward to November when we'll be doing another poppy drive. We do 2 a year. Memorial Day time period and Veterans Day. And the poppy funds are used strictly to help veterans. We cannot use that money for anything else other than veteran support. So it's put into a separate checking account from our regular accounts, and we take applications for assistance, and we help however we can help. So please be generous at our poppy drives and hopefully for the food drive also. So we look forward to seeing you out there or receiving your donation in the mail. Thank you, and until next time, have a great day.